Let's go.
Oh no.
Classic.
Got your back up against the wall. Makes to fight them all. Like girl, face like a sunburned white girl. Benzino going through it right now, man. That's a little Korean record from a Korean rapper, Def Jux. I never really checked out much of his shit, but you know, I always liked that record. Let's go into some Nujabes and shit like that, man. Story time. Once upon a time, I was part of a dweeb website named the Coli, right? This is how I'm gonna tell you why I'm talking about this, right? So I'm part of this dweeb website. I joined it because on the surface I was like, look, listen, this is something that people are discussing hip-hop. I'm a hip-hop baby. You can tell I love this shit. I love talking about it, sharing hip-hop, all that. So I joined the site. Within, I want to say like a month or two, I figured out, well, I didn't really quite figure out, it took a while, but I was like, man, people really love trolling on here. There's no real hip-hop conversation. Some of those forums I was looking at, some of those comments are a little bit older. They're after the fact. There's a couple of people that enjoy talking about hip-hop, but a lot of these guys are weirdos who just, you know, they gang up on people and they just want to, you know, to talk shit about people, and they're there for the camaraderie of talking shit behind a fucking computer. It's weird, you know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, I'm a man of a certain age, so I came up before the fucking internet like that. I'm not into like having friends on the internet like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need love, you know what I'm saying? I don't need like, you know, what someone says about me on the fucking internet doesn't mean a damn thing, you know what I'm saying? And so where I'm going with this is, very quickly I became the hated guy because I would just state my opinion just as I do now, very bluntly, and just, you know, just as it is, right? Not to shit on people or whatever, but just as like, yo, this is hip hop, this is what we do, we talk blunt. And I also noticed that on that site, obviously you had a lot of weirdos, people masquerading as black, but they're not actually black, you know, just dumb dweeb internet shit. So eventually, as I get hated, some goofy that probably used to know me, or, you know, because look, I've been around, man, like I've traveled. I still have no idea who this person is. This person will never show their face because that's what it is on the internet. You hide behind a fucking computer. You know what I'm saying? You talk tough, you do all that shit behind the computer. You never show your face. So anyway, some dweeb that may or may not know me starts putting my Facebook, my private Facebook shit up on there. And again, I'm like, you know what? If you know what you have my access to my Facebook, I don't give a fuck. Again, I show my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, I exist. At least you're like, okay, this is a verified black man talking, not some, white dweeb from Wyoming who are just making up shit, right? And pretending to be black. So, you know, he puts up like my posts and all that kind of shit. People reading my comments, reading my stuff on Facebook, whatever, right? This is where it got real weird to me. I was in Japan in like 2017 or something like that. I had this really interesting experience in Japan. So I'm in Tokyo. My brother and I are walking around, just having a good time. And I came across a playground. I'll never forget this. I came across a playground and it was just these Japanese kids playing. And it was kind of a profound moment to me because I was like, you know, everyone has kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I was trying to get at, and I did record it briefly because again I didn't want to like it's a little weird if you're standing there like recording a bunch of children or something like that, right? But again, I'm a foreigner, I'm traveling. It's not that strange, but again, it is children, right? And they're there with their parents and stuff. So I stood off to the side and I just kind of recorded it so I have the memory of it. Like, not a long video at all, but just to show that, look, listen, we're all human. At the end of the day, all of us, and I don't care what race you are, we just want to grow old, have kids. Those kids go on to do good things or at least take care of themselves and, you know, die gracefully, right? So that's why war and all this bullshit is like, it's not worth it. Like, when you start to think you're better than someone else, you have to just remember that when you think you're better than another race or set of people, those people have kids too. You know what I'm saying? When you're stealing food, when you're stealing money, when you're not paying people what they're supposed to be paid, things like that, you're taking money out of people's pockets that they can be feeding their kids with. Everyone's got kids, right? No matter what you think about, let's say, an Arab dude or a black person, they all got families. They all got people that they love. You know what I'm saying? They all got cute babies. You know what I'm saying? That they will die for. And that's what I was getting at in that video. It's a beautiful video. It was like a fucking epiphany, right? This clown ass, goofy on the internet is like, yo, Tochi's into pedo shit. Like, he's a pedo. Look at this. And of course, internet shit and on the forum, they ran with it. Of course, because that's what trolls do. They're gonna run with stupid shit, right? So they run with it. Fine, right? And that's actually, again, they were kind of looking for a reason to kick me out of the forum or whatever, something goofy. So then the administrator was like, oh, he does pedo shit? Ban. And I've never come back. They, the trolls in the comment section, you guys have seen them. They always try to talk about the Coli, try and get me to come back. Like, I don't give a fuck about that site. You never see me talk about them. This is the first time I'm mentioning them in fucking years. I don't give a fuck about those cornballs, right? But my point is, I understand how people, dweebs hiding behind a fucking computer, can take shit and run with it. And I think that's what Benzino is going through. And the reality is that real niggas know, right? So Benzino, this is my thing to Benzino, right? Like, if he ever sees this or anyone in his camp, we know what it is, okay? Like, Eminem, he's dealing with, like, I deal with that shit. He's dealing with Eminem stands, and those are some real dweebs. So he's dealing with some super cornballs behind a fucking computer screen who are taking any fucking content they can find, anything about Benzino, and running with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't believe that, Benzino is into transgender people or he's gay or whatever. Again, I don't know. I don't give a fuck. Even if he is, I could give a fuck. I just don't care. But my point is that dweebs on the internet section who don't like you are going to run with whatever data and things that you get. You know what I'm saying? And I've experienced this. Like I said, with that, that particular example, when my girl, like, the two of us, like, had a video of us or a picture of us on IG, some dweeb tried to fucking hack her account. It's like, you have to deal with this shit. And I'm just a guy on the internet. You know what I mean? Not to talk about Benzino. And that's my point, man. At the end of the day, don't let these bots and these goofy ass niggas get to you. Nobody cares about them. These people are going to hide behind a computer screen. They will never reveal who they are. They will never show their faces. And it's I. And honestly, some of these guys are going to end up getting doxxed them damn selves. You know what I'm saying? I saw there was this one cornball moderator on the Coli who I think he ended up, because he was part of that bullshit, that whole, like, he sat there and allowed this one particular loser to try to dox me and stuff like that, right? I think from what I understand, people ended up doxing him. Way worse. You know what I'm saying? Posting pictures of his mom and all that kind of shit. And he had to leave, and he's never been back. He never gonna come back. He was a goofy anyways, and that's the thing. A lot of these guys are lames in real life. They look for the internet for help and support. But at the end of the day, man, like, you gotta look within. You know what I'm saying? If the internet's causing you or whatever, if you have real serious personality problems and issues, you need to go deal with that shit. Stop hating and stop being angry at fucking random people on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, man. Like, again, we are here talking hip-hop. We can get passionate about it. We can even argue about it. And that's always my thing. But once you start talking about someone's personal life, you're trying to dox a person or something, obviously you're entering into weirdo mental health issues territory, right? Get help. You know what I'm saying? And this is my message to a lot of y'all, from the Coli and stuff like that still follow me. I know you're on my dick. You know what I'm saying? You've been on my dick. You love my style, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, you love the fact that, look, I'm the only person that's actually brave enough to say my opinion, show my damn face, show that I'm black. Most of you are white boys or cornballs or non-blacks hiding behind a fucking keyboard. And I know this shit. That's why when you talk hip-hop, I know that what you're talking about, you don't even listen to this genre. In real life, you see someone like me walk towards you and you probably run the other way. You know what I mean? So, long story short, you're going to battle the geeks out here. It is what it is. Benzino, keep your head up. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the trolls. Feed them if you want to feed them just for some entertainment. But at the end of the day, don't even sweat it. We all know the deal. All right? One.